I think it is worth repeating again that our investigation found that Mattingly and Cosgrove were justified in their use of force after having been fired upon by Kenneth Walker.
Lord have mercy, ladies and gentlemen. Let's say a prayer to Louisville tonight and pray that nothing crazy happens, but I think we all know what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. The Breonna Taylor case reaching a peak today, where the special prosecutor stated of the 3 officers that were up for indictment in the Breonna Taylor murder, only one of them facing charges, and not even in homicide, but negligent discharge of a weapon. There is going to be chaos in the streets, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to be breaking that down. I'm going to be showing you some of the latest clips coming out of Louisville right now. It is absolute insanity, and let's just continue to pray that it doesn't reach the peak like Minneapolis did, but my God, we can all expect. We know what's going to happen. Black Lives Matter is going to be heading to that area. The NFAT crowd, the armed black militia is going to be showing up, and it is going to be absolute chaos. The National Guard is on standby right now. If you like this type of content, just a quick message, please make sure to like, subscribe, and or comment. We're going to be going through some of these clips. The Blue is not messing around this time. They understand exactly what happened in Minneapolis last time. They are going to defend their city. They are going to defend their constituents, and they are going to defend their people. There are people out there whose sole mission is to destroy anything in their sight. And it doesn't matter. This is going to be one for the record books, and certainly going to be another fire starter in 2020. We all know what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen, so let's just get straight into the clips. The first one I want to be talking about specifically today is going to be who exactly is funding these protests, who's funding these riots, because what you're about to see is a truck with equipment that was ready to go the moment the Breonna Taylor case had its eventual verdict. I mean, seriously, where are these people coming from? Who is paying for all of this? These people don't have jobs. These people are paid professional protesters. Most of these people that are here are not even from Louisville. You saw what happened in Minneapolis, in Kenosha, in Los Angeles, in Oakland. A lot of the people that were arrested weren't even close to that area. There were people coming from all the way from Oregon. And now we see what's going on in Louisville right now, and it is only going to escalate. The rhetoric of the left is being pushed out in full force, and you'll see exactly what they're chanting. We're gonna get it! Burn it down! We're gonna get it! Burn it down! Let it get it! Burn it down! Let it get it! Burn it down! Violence is inevitable in this situation, ladies and gentlemen. We all know it. We've seen it over and over and over again. It doesn't matter what the context is. It doesn't matter the facts about the case. It is ultimately about what they view as righteousness. They view the cops as evil. They say ACAB. They say F12. They say fry 'em like bacon. They do not care about the context of what actually happened. You can go check out the special prosecutor and exactly what he said. Again, one of the officers actually being indicted. Now, he was actually indicted on a charge of discharging his weapon and those bullets going into the apartment next door. That is actually what he's being charged for. It has nothing to do with Breonna Taylor being shot. And again, this is going to be another reason that the left and Black Lives Matter goes out and peacefully protests as they start smashing things and attacking people. And believe me, the Blue are not going to stand for it. They saw what happened in Kenosha. They saw what happened in Minneapolis. They saw what's happening all across the United States right now. Just random people getting their businesses burned and destroyed. People being killed for absolutely no reason. I mean, this is absolute madness. They do not care about context. They only care about their agenda. And this is going to be a brutal night. But again, the boys in blue are ready. They are a lot more ready than they were before. Again, stating a state of emergency last night prior to the special prosecutor even going out and saying anything about the case. They already set that there was going to be a state of emergency because they knew what's going to happen tonight. It is going to be absolute insanity. Check out the cops coming in. As you can see, they are coming in with numbers and they are packing heat. They are not messing around. They are sick of these crybabies who do not care one iota about the truth and only seek to push their own narrative. And these blue check marks on Twitter saying, "Oh my God, guys, it's just peaceful protests." Ladies and gentlemen, there's been a precedent set that every single time one of these cases happen, there is immediately rioting that night. Every single time one of these happen, rioting every single night. And Louisville has already had its scores of riots affect the city. And believe me, the state and the federal government is ready on a moment's notice. This is not going to be the way it was before. But again, when you have chaos in the streets and it is absolute insanity, you heard a lot of stories about people that were being affected by these crimes, that were being affected by these agitators and these arsonists and these rioters going up, showing up to their houses, smashing their windows, them calling the police. Imagine this. I really want you to put yourself in one of these people's positions. Close your eyes and think about this. Your home is being attacked from every which direction. Your windows are being smashed. Flashlights are being, put inside of your house. You're sitting there with your firearm, ready to defend you and your family. And you call the police. And do you know what they say? "I'm sorry, we can't come. What do you want us to do?" What this entire movement of Black Lives Matter and all of these protests, peaceful protests going on all around the United States as burning just scorches the entire earth, it is pushed to the forefront like you have never seen before. Again, firearm sales through the roof. Through the roof. You can't even get ammo. It is an absolute shortage right now. And again, I'm ready. Are you ready? That's the real question. Because they're coming into the suburbs now. It's not just the cities. You must protect yourself and your family. And again, they don't care. They don't care about the facts. They only care that somebody that they supposedly care about died. And because they died, they have the right to do whatever they want. Destroy anyone's life they want. Again, 30 plus deaths since the death of George Floyd. So 30 people die, one person dies. 30 people die, one person die. I mean, like, if you really cared about black lives, imagine all the black lives that have been lost because of this movement. It is absolute insanity. And again, they're already going out. And this is in broad daylight, guys. So, again, they can't hide their face. They can't hide in the cover of darkness. Again, people have cameras everywhere, but everyone's wearing their mask because of what's going on with, the pandemic. So everyone's hiding their identity, able to basically get away with anything as long as the cops aren't around. And the cops, they get a phone call, they go to one area, then they go to the next, then they go to the next. They can't be everywhere. Unless, of course, the National Guard gets called in which case it'll probably end relatively quickly. And honestly, I expect it to get to that point. But again, let's see what's going on during the daytime. This is just the daytime, ladies and gentlemen, so you can only expect it to get worse. I mean, look at this. These people had absolutely nothing to do with Breonna Taylor. Absolutely nothing. And because of that, what are we going to do? We're going to smash your window. Why? Oh, because we can. And no one's going to stop us. But you can see it in the protests, though. One thing that I have noticed, if you've been listening to a lot of these clips, is that people are actually preaching, don't do that, don't do violence. But again, it only takes one person to do something. And when you see riots and you see groupthink in action, one person does a little action. Maybe they, push a chair over. And then someone sees that and they say, oh, you know what? Okay, I'm going to push a trash can over. And then someone's like, oh, you know what? I'm going to throw that trash can. And then you know what? Oh, you know what? I'm going to smash this window. And then it's like, oh, someone smashed the window. Well, I'm going to open the door. And then it's like, well, I'm going to throw a firebomb in there. And it's just like it escalates and escalates and escalates and escalates until it can't be stopped. Because the group mob, and when you're in that mentality, it is insane. The things that people will do in a mob will blow your mind. People that you think are just totally normal people. There were people that were rioting in Minneapolis, rioting in Los Angeles and Oakland. They were nurses, just literal nurses, a very high paying, well qualified job, and they're out there rioting, stealing things from like gas stations. These are people that take care of you when you go to the hospital. They see the action, and then they, it builds and builds and builds, and it is absolute chaos. And believe me, this is just the beginning. This is just the daytime. I'm shooting this video right now about a little over 2 hours after the news dropped, and it's already getting insane. Check it out. People like this should not have a firearm. This guy's first inclination is to draw a weapon on an unarmed man. Now, Louisville is open carry, so again, I feel, who would want to be a cop right now? This is nuts. I mean, they're out there with riot and tactical gear. I pray to God they at least have a side piece on them, because all it takes is one bullet to come from the crowd, and we could have one of the bloodiest massacres we have ever seen in U.S. history. And again, like I said before, seriously, I don't even care if you're religious. I'm not particularly religious at all. But I am saying a prayer for Louisville tonight. Let's pray that nothing terribly bad happens, because we all know. We all know something bad's going to happen. Hopefully nobody loses their life. Let's go with that. Hopefully no one loses their life. My God, this is chaos. And again, the boys in blue are not having it, because they understand where this is going. And, the blue check marks on Twitter, if you check out hashtag Louisville right now on Twitter, you're going to see them. Oh my God, these evil police officers, these people were just peacefully protesting. Ladies and gentlemen, we all know what peaceful protesting means by now. We all know. Oh, they were just peacefully protesting as they were pushing themselves into the police officers. Yeah, I hate to say it, but when stuff like this happens, and I'm very, me personally, I'm very right libertarian. I'm very against the state. But God, like, when there is a precedent that chaos is going to erupt, riots are going to start, fires, people are going to be killed left and right, you have to stop this early. You have to stop this early, because it is going to spiral out of control. They're already pushing through the suburbs. Now they're going into the downtown, trying to break into businesses. And you can see the police are not having it. Man, that guy on the moped got duped. He got just taken down. And again, people are going to say, oh my God, it was just a peaceful protest. Look, we all know this is going to spiral out of control. We all know this is going to be chaos. It's going to be insanity. Pray to God it's not going to be another Minneapolis, but it very well could be. There is a precedent there, and we know exactly what happens in these peaceful protests. They're not peaceful. Not even one iota. There's those peaceful protesters during the daytime. Believe me, as that sun begins to go down, it's like the demons rise from the dead, and all of a sudden chaos comes out in its full form. Again, I'm following this story as we go. I will probably have a second part out tomorrow after all the chaos of tonight. Again, let's say a prayer to Louisville, because it is going to be absolute insanity tonight. My name is Lucius Cole. If you like this type of content, please make sure to subscribe, like, and or comment. We are building an army. We are building the Cole factory of like-minded fellow patriots such as of yourself, because I mean you've made it to the end of the video. Congratulations. Again, my name is Lucius Cole. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and share this content. Nothing makes a lefty more than sharing this particular type of content. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Pray for Louisville.